Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. It might be a little bit echoey, and by a little bit I mean a lot. I am live streaming from a different setup today, so we're gonna breeze through all the different scenes just to make sure they work. And also, if you're joining the live stream, please let me know if you can hear me and if everything looks good on y'all's end. It is back to the old days. Dakota, can you hear me? Also, I don't know if I have it on ultra low latency. Okay, good. You guys can see all my stuff in the background, like... Oh, I need to go the other way. My racing sim. Okay, I gotta add this guy real fast. Okay. Gmail. You just got Gmail. You just got Gmail. You just got Gmail. Boxes. Wonder if this guy sent it. There's tacos, bro. Hey, don't tempt me, bro. I can make a mean taco. I'm like a taco making king. That's what they call me back in Estonia. Maybe this guy's went to spam. Yep. I'm reporting it as not spam. Corey, oh, his name's Crusty. His name's Crusty? That makes sense. Makes sense because that's what he was chatting in as in Discord. So it would make perfect sense. If you guys are here to get your form reviewed and you're wanting yours to be first or start a queue, type your Discord name and is here. So if it were me, I would put OT Disc Golf Mikey is here, and then I'll add you into the queue. There are 11 of y'all today, which is pretty cool. Big fan. Let's see. Did I add this guy? There he is. Crusty. I might just be waiting around for a second. You guys having a good day? Kevin, how are you doing? I miss your face. Dakota, I also miss your face. Oh, my neck. Speaking of crusty, I kind of feel crusty because I haven't been getting any sleep. Is that a thing? Is that like, can I say that feels crusty? I don't know. I'm not cultured enough to know one way or another. This is our lineup for today. Am I still live? I think I am. My face is fine. Tennis elbow says hello. Ooh. Tennis elbow, no bueno. Mats Tor Jensen. I've got you here, brother. Let's take a look and see what we have to work with today. Okay. Well, probably the most, what I can see is the most important thing for you right now to gain distance would be you're not coiling your shoulders enough. So right now, your shoulders are pointing towards the camera in a line. Ideally, we would see this, where your back shoulder is visible over in this circle right here. For example, okay, let's take a look at you versus Albert Tam. Get out of there, circle. All right. Here we can see a big difference. You see that? Whereas your shoulders are in a line here. Now, how do you do this? Very, very simple. Part of what I like to, or the way I like to describe a reach back is actually a twist back. And let me show you what I mean by that. All right, that chair is kind of still in the way, but the idea of a twist back is this. Instead of reaching back, right, just reaching, I want you to cross your arms and twist in place. So just like this, and then extend your arm. And then try to get your elbow moving towards the target, and that'll help with that back shoulder. So it'll look like this instead of this. So you just need more shoulder rotation. Now be careful. Be careful when you do that, that you don't turn your hips too far backwards. All right? Let's take a look real fast at Albert here. So his hips are still facing this direction. So a little bit backwards. You would say probably 45 degrees back, which you're almost doing here. So you would still want to keep your hips basically in the same place, but really feel like you're twisting as much as you possibly can this upper body. Okay. And that's basically it for you to start. We'll keep it simple. Nope. That's it. Just try to coil more. What that does is it gives you more room to accelerate the disc. Imagine trying to punch somebody starting here, right? But if you give yourself more shoulder turn, it's like you're giving yourself this much room to punch instead of that. Just gives you more time to accelerate your arm. Work on that and you'll be good. Next is DG3. Let me go ahead and get rid of Mats Tor Jensen. I probably am saying that really horribly. All right. DG3. You're here. I see we've got Some footwork. Ooh, interesting. Footwork looks really good until that last step. Tricky. I'm going to let the footwork slide for right now because it's really close. And there's something else that's bugging me a lot more. So we will work on that something else right now. Okay, from last reviews, working on not turning hips back too early and maintaining side step through X step. That looks good. Upper body, not turning shoulders early, collapsing pocket, trying to start pull through with elbow and hand. Now this is the part that I was going to touch on. So the upper body, not turning shoulders early, collapsing pocket. So you still need some work on this. Basically what I'm looking for is what is the first thing to move? We've got shoulder here, elbow here. Now if I zoom in and I see the shoulder tick, 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 tick forward and the elbow not bending tick, tick, tick forward, then that tells me your shoulder is going too early and your elbow is going too late. So here we go. Tick, 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 tick. All right, here we go. So now the shoulder has started ticking forward, elbow has stayed straight. So no elbow yet. Yep, so you're slightly off on the timing here. Shoulder's gone, and the elbow has just started moving. So from this point on, now, this is a bad sign. We see your back shoulder here, and you're not even in your power pocket yet. So that back shoulder clearly visible, and here we got a very collapsed pocket. Now, what I'll say is you mimic a power pocket basically here, but it's too late. You've basically, to make this power pocket happen, you've like slowed your arm down. So your arm slowed down to mimic being in a pocket, but your arm should have been, or your elbow should have been up here by now from accelerating. And then another thing I want to touch on is, why is this? There we go. Another thing I want to touch on is you're looking at your release. So this is all together. All this stuff works together. But I'm going to give you one simple thing to do to help with this. And that is to work on your head position. So your head position looks great in your reach back. But what I want you to do is I want you to keep your head in this position as you send your elbow and arm forward all the way until you release. So notice how your head is attached to your shoulder here. Wherever your shoulder goes, your head's going. Head's going. Now this is good only to start. We want your head and shoulder to move together at first. So like this, in the reach back phase, it's good. Yeah, hey, listen guys. Who's the coach here, John? Huh? Who's the coach here, John? The swoop's not the focus today. Not today. It's detaching your head as you start your throw. So, do I have a disc? I do. Okay. Right here. So, head looking forward at target. It's going back, back, back. You're at full reach back. From this point, you should send your arm forward, and notice where my head is. Send your arm, and then let your follow through bring your head forward. So again, reach back, throw, and then look forward. All right. I'm telling you to keep your head back like this to exaggerate. All right. In a real throw, you're not going to do that, or at least down the line. But for now, I want you to do it. And it is simple enough. This is why I'm telling you to do this, is because it's a very simple thing. And hopefully what this does is it gets you to send your hand forward while keeping your back shoulder anchored. And that's how you want to think about it. You don't want to think about that back shoulder pushing forward to initiate your throw. You want to really think about it as your back shoulder is anchored behind you as you send your hand forward. And then once you do that, let's see what your form looks like. Because it does look like you made some progress sending the arm forward. But this right here, where you're kind of scrunching your head into your shoulder, this is not something we see with pros. Let me just, for comparison, before I wrap things up with you, to show you what AB does. Let's go to by the time he's in the power pocket. Look at the difference in head position. All right. Do I have footage of a throw from above? We do, but I don't have it on me right now. So check this out. You see how he's trying to keep his head back? The reason he's trying to keep his head back is so that he can send his arm forward without his trail side pushing forward. So this is why it's important. And by the time he releases, his head is basically side on to the camera, whereas yours is full on forward. So keep that in mind. That is what you will be working on next. DG3, get deleted. Go work on making those other changes, though. Who was next? Jonv, I believe. Of course, enjoy the process. Jonv, I believe, is next. All right, Jonv. Okay. Let me just see this at full speed. Okay. cool. This is actually, it looks like you've been working on the thing I just told the last guy, which is head position. You're keeping your head back. Why is the arrow just suddenly tiny, bro? That's hilarious. And sending the arm, kind of like you're throwing behind you. So that looks good. Very interesting. Gotta take a look. He said simple but difficult. I like it. Simple idea, difficult to implement. I mean, what you worked on looks good. You're gonna be a tough one for me to figure out what to do next. Yeah, probably shoulder coil. So, and I talked about this with the first guy, but you were probably not here for it, and I'm gonna show you. So your shoulders are facing towards the camera. If we were to draw a line from your back shoulder to your front shoulder, it would be a straight line towards the camera. This is not bad. It just can be improved upon. So what we want to do is get this back shoulder visible to the camera. So you're going to move it substantially. And doing that, we will create this angle with our shoulders. So this will be your back joints. Taking a look at Albert Tam. Oh, there it goes. All right, there it is. So hopefully you see the difference there. We see a lot of Albert's back shoulder. Goodness gracious. And front shoulder. Whereas yours are in a row. The way to fix this is to just twist your shoulders more. Think about continuing. I can't do it from this perspective. So just think about this. Now, I gotta be careful that I'm not moving my hips as much, but it looks something like this. You see that position versus this position. I've got more stretch, and you'll feel it. It's like maxed out on the stretch. You'll feel it back in this muscle right, back in that muscle right there. That's it. Twist more in place. Feel the stretch in your back. The reason that we do this is to give yourself more space to accelerate the disc for a max distance shot. Now, what you're doing here would not be bad for a shorter distance if you're going for like accuracy in the woods. I'm thinking like 250 straight. I don't know what your max distance is, but that would be an instance where you would probably not stretch as much, but feel that stretch. Twist those shoulders. All right. Jonv, I bid thee farewell. And who's next? I need to see some things. Anyone else here? If not, I'm just going to go down the line. Crusty. You're going at 25.45. Oh, Chapit's here. Chapit has been a second. I'm going to do Crusty next. All right, Crusty. Oh. Okay. Daniel, can you tell me when you guys say you're here, put your Discord username is here. That way, got it. I'm gonna knock out Crusty first. Oh, Snuggler just got tech disc and consistently nose up 3 to 5 degrees. Yeah, we need to fix your swing plane first, because you've got a good wrist angle, at least at first, and you immediately dip down instead of pull through that elbow high. This is one that's near and dear to my heart because I've dealt with this a good amount. So basically you need to imagine a line from your elbow to right about there. What you're going to try to do is trace that line. You see how this would be on plane for where you've set your arm? If you were to throw exactly here, that would be on plane for what you have set. Now, what you're doing is you're setting a separate plane now here that your elbow's following. You see that? And then it's going up at the end. Essentially, you need to keep your elbow away from your body, out, away, and that needs to be the first thing that happens. Instead of kind of driving your elbow down here, you need to drive it out towards the camera. For example, I'll show you. Where's my demonstration cam? All right, this is what you're doing. You're going down and then pulling through like this. You need to tell yourself to drive your elbow towards the camera. You see that? I'm thinking towards you, right there. Back, towards you, and up and through. You see the difference? Towards you, not down. I'm thinking about just getting that elbow out and away. You understanding? You said, ooh, okay. Review. Back at it again. Yeah, that's it. Easier said than done, but that's part of the game. That's how it be. So when you're looking at your own form, You want to just see what angle have you set with your reach back. And it's okay if it doesn't follow this exact line. Like that'd be a pretty high launch. You could raise your reach back up a little bit and set your line here. But notice, where does the elbow go in relation to your line that you've set? If you see it immediately start going down, well, there's your problem. Elbow's dipping low. Try to think about elbow going out. First thing, out. And basically it's just keeping this pocket, or I don't know the phrasing actually. It's not keeping the pocket intact. I mean, it will help keep the pocket intact, because this is a collapsed pocket. We would want to see more of that. And that only happens from getting that elbow up and pushing the elbow out. And usually those things are practically the same. If you're lifting your elbow up, it's getting it farther out away from you. But you can also add some shoulder protraction to add even more room there. So elbow up, push shoulders forward, and that's your pocket that you want to pull through. Yo, Discs MD, the Disc MD of the MD doctor of disking. All right, Crusty. Good riddance. No, have a good time making that change. Next is we've got Danger Pawn. I missed you, bro. I didn't realize that you were that high up, bro. I think you were the next. Let me do some research here. So it was Jonv, Danger Pawn, and I just missed you. It's just on me, really. And let's see who else. Okay, just Danger. You got too many Google accounts. All right, here we go. See if I can guess what the last thing we worked on was. Footwork looks good. Looks decent. Bro. Oh, shoot. Okay. Simple enough for today. You just need to work on sending your arm by itself. Let's make this easier for you to see. Whoa. All right. So reach back. Arm by itself. Right now you're like, you see that? It's attached to your shoulder. So what we want to do is build up muscle memory of just moving your arm. Couple ways you can do that. One would be throwing from your knees. another way to do it. Now, Josh says throwing from your knees is a great thing. It is, but make sure you got knee pads or something. If you don't, then do what I'm about to tell you here, which is just lock your legs, turn, throw. And it's like you're throwing, you see I'm kind of throwing behind me here. Throw. And the reason we do this is to build muscle memory of using your arm. Right now, your arm is moving with your shoulders. And you're very, very, very forward at release. This back shoulder is like driving your shot. So from here, I should just see, all right, go ahead and send that elbow towards your target. Think about accelerating. Accelerate your elbow to your target. And again, you might have to do this starting out with a standstill. And I say standstill meaning isolate your lower body from your upper body. So don't push off your back leg. Don't use your legs. Just get a feeling for throwing separate from your back shoulders pushing forward. I say back shoulders, back shoulder. Do that, and then try to add that same feeling into your full run-up. The feeling of throwing your arm and not your body, not turning your shoulders to throw. And what will happen is hopefully your head position, you can look at your head position to indicate, try to just keep your head looking this direction. As you throw your arm past your body, basically. Hopefully that makes sense. There's a chance we may have already told you to do this. You just got more. You've got more ability. Yeah, you've got lots of rotation from this backside. Knee facing forward. Back shoulder pushing forward. Head going forward. Back hip pushing forward. Lots of things pushing forward that you should be telling yourself to keep them back. To keep them from rotating. Sounds good. Hopefully you can get outside for your next submission. Hey, that sounds good. Make it happen. Go outside. Oh man, allergies. Danger. You are deleted. Anyone else here? Anybody? Anyone else? Lad Squire. You're next. I like the cinematic black bars. I mean, cannot go unnoticed here. It's beautiful. I mean, let's just take it in all its glory. Somebody cue some cinematic music. All right, now let's take them away because they oh you get into such a decent setup here. Yeah. Interesting. So you also need to develop some isolation here because you're also pushing everything forward. Your backside, meaning trail shoulder, trail hip, trail knee. All of those things are rotating, pushing forward, and we need to keep them back. as we accelerate the arm forward. So from this view, you've set your runway, right? And it's nice, it's clean. You've set your body up to throw your arm forward and accelerate it forward. But the first thing you do, instead of accelerate your arm forward, and I would be looking at your elbow here to make sure that's the first thing going. Instead of that happening, we see this arm start to move, which tells me this back shoulder is going to start moving first, which it does. All right, so now we have a back shoulder moving. You've got the slightest bend in your elbow, which tells me maybe you've started putting some effort into elbowing forward, but it's too late because this backside has already started. And then we've got an arm attached to the rotation of your body, and you're not able to get out of it. So, he said, hey, yo, cropping does wonders. So, you also need to work on this drill of maybe do a standstill, isolate your upper body. So you go reach back, throw. Notice my backside is anchored. I'm keeping it back. Reach back, throw. Reach back, throw. Backside anchored, sending the arm forward. I'm going to release here, and then as I follow through, that's when I can look forward. You can practice this from your knees. You can practice it with an isolated lower body, upper body. Again, try not to move your legs and just twist in place. But you just got to develop that sending the arm forward by itself more. You may have been working on it. I can tell there's something there. But by the time you start accelerating your arm forward, that backside has already started accelerating before. So I would look for what's the first thing to move. If it's your backside or your back shoulder is the first thing that starts uncoiling, well then it's a little bit too late. Ideally, I would see the elbow start ticking forward with the movement, the starting of the movement of the back shoulder. You're just waiting too long. All right, lad Squire. Deleted. Absolutely deleted. Anyone else here? Somebody. Anybody? Hey, pup. You guys want to see my new pup? Hey, girl. Anybody else here? Yeah, she's the reason I'm live streaming from home. She's pretty adorable. Yeah. Go ahead. I know y'all's hearts are melting. All right, I'm gonna put her back in her bed. Good girl. Good girl. All right. We move on. Pepin Javamp. Kyoki! Kyoki is one of my daily form review guys. He is a hard worker. We'll just say that. Dude puts in lots of time to get better at the sport. Mad respect to that guy. Mad respect. I need to type this man's name in. Pepin Javamp. You are going to be at 45.38. All right, and let's get started. Ooh. Cool. Well, you've got lots of good things happening. I was 2 minutes behind live, and so Kevin said adorable when Mikey was throwing. I was so confused. That's hilarious. Joe Neville. Are you in here? All right, back to Pepin Javamp. Very interesting. Looks like your nose angle's good. All right, we'll work on, dude, a couple of things we could do. I think I might just choose the most simple one. It's hard to tell, though. No, it's pretty clear. Okay, cool. This position here. This position is something we want to avoid. We want your head to be centered between your legs. It's hard to tell from this perspective if you're just... I think I'm correct in this. It's just hard to tell from the perspective. But essentially, you're hanging out with your head over the back foot as you extend. What we want to see... Hey, girly. After this, I'm going to need to take my dog out because she's a puppy and she needs to go out like every hour. So we want to see is this head basically in this position by the time you get through that last stride. She's getting mischievous. All right, so here we go. Demonstration. Hey, it's okay, pup. All right, so make sure that your head is ticking forward. Hey. As you step forward, make sure that head is moving forward, not staying back. You see the difference? This is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do. And that's it. Twist in place. That's going to be your cue. When you tell yourself reach back, it's easier to lean back. But if you tell yourself to just twist your body in place, well then it should get, yes, correct, leaning. But if you tell yourself to twist in place, that's a much better way of keeping your head, your body in the correct position. All right, I'm gonna take my dog out. Pepin Javamp, get deleted. I will be right back. All right, pup. Can you go outside? Huh? Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go out. All right. I'm no longer stressed. She went to the bathroom. We're back. Good girl. Next, we have Camhoff. I see that you are here. So we'll do Cam and then Wesley. Wesley, I did not realize you were here this whole time. I could have done yours earlier. That is okay. Cam first, really quick. Ooh. Holy smokes, Cam, I got something for you. Oh, my dog is going to start whining. It's a dangerous game here. Dangerous game. All right, Cam, let's just take a look at your head position. This is a small thing, but actually still important. At least it's important for me. And that is, you need to disconnect your head from your shoulder, which sounds funny. But check out head position here. Oh, we got a whiny pup. Come here, birdie. Check out head position here versus yours. The difference is you said, yeah, I'd be collapsing. So the difference is, and the difference to your body position that this makes, I'm not too certain. I'm going to have to take a look. I think it really has to do... I mean, it's a slight difference. Basically, your head moving forward like this is making it more difficult for you to anchor this backside. That's kind of the main thing. This is something that I would change if I were you. Obviously, we know your form is pretty dang good. But to me, it's looking like this backside is pushing forward too early. Like you said, decapitate thyself. Yeah. So your head and your shoulder can be attached during the reach back phase, and really should be, so that it lets you know when to turn your head. So if you look at AB, he's in a proper position here. And then look what happens. Now it's no longer detached, or now it's no longer attached. It is detached, and he sends his arm forward, and his head tries to stay back. So if you're having a hard time keeping your throw from collapsing, head position. Head position's a great place to start. So try to just keep that head back while you send your arm past your peripheral vision. Done the cue of staring at the ground before and it helped? Yes. It's a very helpful cue. So what you doing? She's getting in all sorts of trouble. So that is it for you. Just head position. Try to keep your head back, away from the target. Don't let it push forward. And again, what that does is it just helps your body stay in a better position. At least it helps me stay in a better position. This is something I think about. I get super angry because if my head's forward, I tend to miss right and my body opens up too early. So just like in golf, how you want to look at the ball on the ground, keep your head looking at that while you send your... I'm so sleep deprived, I can't even think of words. But while you send your body forward, that's the idea we're going for here. Wesley, I got you, brother. Pushing for 75. That one's a bit shy of 500. There you go, bro. We know you be bombing. Some big time right there. All right, Wesley. Whoa. Okay. I think I got you. Uh-huh. Okay. Yep. All right, Wesley. No, it's fine. I'm able to see you without the slow-mo here. Demonstration. Let's try face cam. All right. What you need to do, Wesley, is you need to coil your shoulders more. All right? So right now, you're right about here. What I want to see is your shoulders right about there. See the difference? So not here, here. The difference is you're twisting your shoulders more. That's what I want you to do. Twist your shoulders more. So right now, they're in line with each other. I want you to try to stretch and get them maxed out where you feel like you can't twist them anymore. And that's going to give you more runway to accelerate the disc. Because I can almost guarantee you're not maxed out with your shoulder coil in this position here. So the reason we do this is because it's similar. Give me thoughts on the plant too. You're asking for too much, my friend. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. No, for real though. I usually only give one tip at a time for a reason. Because if I give you both things to work on, then you're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to do both well. You know, this shoulder thing, believe it or not, is a very difficult thing to add in, and it's going to mess up. It potentially can mess up a lot more than just what your plant is doing right now. Now, my initial thoughts are, I'll go ahead and tell you, there's not a lot wrong with your plant currently. So I can tell you that. So I wouldn't worry too much about your plant right now. I would worry about the shoulder coil and adding more twist, turning in place, stretch. All right, give yourself, this will give you more runway to accelerate the disc forward. Because you got some good stuff going. You got nice arm speed here. You're just not giving it enough space, not enough runway. All right, Wesley, get deleted. Yeah, and part of the reason the pocket's so deep is because you're not coiled as much. And so it's easier for you to get into a deep pocket. For me to get into a deep pocket like that, it's almost impossible when I'm throwing fast. So just because someone has a deep pocket doesn't mean they're getting to it in the right way. All right? If I start my throw from here, well, it's easy for me to get deep pocket because I don't have that much runway. Whereas from here, the more runway I give it, the harder it is for me to get that deep in the pocket. So essentially, if you're able to easily get a deep pocket and you're like, oh, deep pocket, that's super easy for me, you're probably not getting into it the right way. So keep in mind, the deep pocket is very difficult to get into at a full speed throw, and many times not even achievable at full speed if you're coiling correct. So you're gonna feel like you're fighting to get as deep as possible, and you look like this, where it's like barely deep. So keep that in mind. Let's see who else we have here. Japers. Oh, Jeepers Creepers, man. And what? We are at 101.12. Japers is next. So I'm going to address this part of the throw today because it's a simple thing. It's a simple thought process, but it's difficult to do. And that is the winning the arm wrestle technique, which let me grab this real fast. All right. Winning the arm wrestle. Basically, pointing the elbow up and dropping the wrist below the elbow. So if I'm doing this right, if I'm doing it wrong, here's what it looks like. All right, I still haven't finished the arm wrestle. I just started it and went halfway. So you want to roll, 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 hold, and there it is. See this position? Elbow higher than wrist. That's the position you need to get into. Now, to do this, it ain't easy, brother. But you have to, as you're pulling through, you're going to feel the tension. And then you're going to have to feel this activating, right? It's this. You're going to feel it up here a little bit. And that's the muscle that's going to allow you to keep it there through the power pocket. Now, maybe it's not that strong of a muscle for you, right? Maybe you're not the world champion arm wrestler. All right, I get it. But that's the motion that you need to feel through the power pocket. Now, if I'm you, I'm probably working on holding this position, turning, and just throwing, starting from here. All right, so I'm holding, keeping this, trying to feel it, and I'm going probably 50% speed. And then working my way up, and then I try to slowly work my way up to full speed. All right? Because this is a very difficult thing to implement, and I'm speaking from a lot of experience on this particular fix. So I feel it, bro. I feel it. That's the main thing. That's the main thing for you. I'm going to send you on your merry little way, Japers. Because everything else is looking pretty decent right now. That's the main issue I'm seeing. Last but certainly not least, ran this. It is 105.23. Okay. Holy smokes. And any one of you guys want to take a jab at this one? It's a cool bucket hat. Cam, you got any thoughts? I can tell you there's a lot about his form that I would like. Thought he was on his heels, but he isn't. Yeah, that's what it's looking like to me. Looks like you just, I mean, your form looks really good to me. I mean, if I got extremely nitpicky, I'd be looking at when is this foot planted? Right about there. And are you at max coil during full plant? Which you're pretty dang close. So that's if I'm getting super nitpicky. You obviously want your full coil, which is this position. I mean, it basically is. So speed work, brother. You need to tell yourself, oh, I didn't actually look at your wrist curl. It's curled. I might have found something. I think I found something, folks. Something helpful. All right. You're going to have to squint for this one. You're going to have to squint for this one, because this actually is this is very helpful. This is very beneficial. Your hand is not returning to your palm upon release. What we see with big throwers, including myself, is when this disc rips out of your hand, oh goodness, getting the angle right, it returns to this position. Now we see with you a little bit, oh gosh, let me go full screen, this is impossible. We see with you, we've got basically a little bit of a gap here. So potentially too front loaded on your throw, not enough back load. All right, when throwing far, you need to make sure that you're applying really good pressure, or the type of pressure you're giving. You got to make sure those back three fingers have enough to return. Now, keep this in mind that I can at 10% grip strength, I can make this happen. It's really easy for my hand to return to this position. All right? But it goes to show, where was the pressure? The pressure was on those back three fingers, because that's what's returning to my palm. If I didn't have pressure on the back three fingers and I just had it on the front three, I'd basically be returning to this position. Like that. And that's exactly what yours looks like. So what I would do, practice ripping the disc out of your hands, seeing that it's returning to this position, and then making sure that when you're throwing at full speed, that's the still frame right there. I'm glad I caught it. Because that could have been an easy one to miss with how blurry things were. So ran this, get deleted Oh, demonstration. Try face cam only. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Is if you're letting go and you're not letting it rip out of your hand, then I mean that's legitimately that can up your speed by 3 to 5 miles an hour every time. Because your arm speed's getting leaked instead of not. You know what I'm saying? So that's it for today. Any questions before I wrap things up? Or any questions before I stop streaming completely? Cam, it's nice seeing you pop on here. Cam also does form reviews, daily form reviews for us. He's another coach, which is why I asked for his input on this guy. And you can catch his information on our Patreon. You'll see Cam daily form reviews. He's doing a really good job. He must be doing a really good job because the amount of people who continue to sign up for his tier continues to go up, and he's doing well with retaining his customers. And we take a look at his coaching. Josh takes a look at it, makes sure it's good, and no issues on that front. So go ahead, blush it up, Cam. Cheeks fiery red. All right, because we're not going to stop talking good about you. So yeah, make sure to check him out. There's 51 people currently watching. I'm wrapping things up. Okay, love you guys. Bye.